You have to tell any American that the threat of the coronavirus to our population is real. People understand that, and they also understand that that the threat of serious illness to the average American does remain low. But what we're trying to communicate is that Americans who may become exposed to the coronavirus could inadvertently expose seniors with serious underlying health conditions. We're all in this together, and with the practice of good hygiene and the social distancing the president is recommending, we'll get through it.
Exactly.
I wish I could tell you, but I have no idea.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. I don't know where to start. I don't know what to say. What happened? What happened? None of us know, right? COVID-19 is a thing. Today's video is about how to keep your vibration high while going through unforeseen circumstances. For me, I started paying attention to it 2 weeks ago. And what I noticed was the second I heard that people were dying, I wanted to do whatever was in my power to fix everything. I wanted to give money to what I could give money to. I wanted to buy what I could buy for whomever. It was coming from a place of wanting to help, but it was also coming from a place of wanting to fix the problem. And I think it's important to understand that we are not even a little bit in control of this problem. As far as our government or the world, people trying to maintain the pandemic and make sure that it doesn't spread, that's a different situation. They're working from sunup to sundown to figure out a solution. But as individuals, we only have two responsibilities, okay? Social distancing, social distancing, right? And being a good person. What I find is a lot of us are experiencing this. I want to fix this problem. I want the problem to go away. So if I work harder to find a solution, I will find a way to fix it. And I think that if we just focus on what is in our power, what is in our control, and what our responsibility is in this situation, I think that will bring a lot more peace. Okay, because what I notice is a lot of people who choose not to self-distance, what they have in common with each other is that they don't really believe that this is as scary of a situation as it potentially could be. And I think that just comes from denial. So that means denial often indicates that a person is lacking peace because they haven't done the work within themselves to figure out what they're running from, confronted that, and then moved forward. There's still just running. So an action a person can take to feel peaceful in this moment, even if they don't believe that COVID-19 is as powerful as the media would lead one to believe, even if you don't believe that it's that intense, by doing what's in your power to stop it from spreading, you can bring yourself a sense of peace because no matter what, you did what you were supposed to. And that's all we can ever do, right? So one thing I noticed, and I actually noticed it the other day when my husband and I were cooking, he was a little bit high-strung, and I told him that the current activity that he was doing, that while we were cooking, I told him that one activity won't give him control over this entire situation. He was getting irritated while he was cooking. And I think that a lot of us are looking for control in this situation. So we're hyper controlling the small things in our daily lives, like our interactions and going grocery shopping and how we drive. Like, we're getting into this state of shutting everyone else out and hyper focusing on how we can control every aspect of what's right in front of us. So don't do that. Because it's never about maintaining control about it's never about containing control over everything. Okay, life's never about that. That's not why we were put here. So I think it's important to realize that it's fear and it's okay to be scared. Of course, it's okay to be scared. This is a scary situation. I know my husband at that time was very stressed because he didn't know whether he would still have a job. And that is stressful. Even if you come to terms with it, like, there's a virus running rampant, killing people. My job might shut down for the safety of the workers. Just because you realize that doesn't mean it will make you feel better. Just because you come to peace with that fact doesn't mean you will feel better. Just because you come to peace with something doesn't stop yourself from experiencing the emotions. Right? We're emotional beings. When we have a thought, if there's an emotional trigger attached to it, we will still feel that emotional trigger, even if we're working through maintaining our subconscious foundational beliefs. Okay, we're still allowed to be emotional. So it's okay to feel fear. It's okay to be scared. The power comes in knowing that you're feeling fear and knowing that you're scared. By knowing that you're scared, you can become aware of how you're speaking and how you're acting. And then you can make the conscious decision on whether you want to act and speak from a place of fear. But you can only do that if you know that you're experiencing fear. We got to feel our emotions. You know, I know we want everything to go back to normal immediately. I know. I want that so bad. You guys know, I was taking a whole break from YouTube getting my life together. And we'll talk a little more about what I was doing later in the video, but everything is at a halt for everybody. You know, you as an individual, you're not the only person going through this. We are all going through this. And that's something really important to understand. So instead of adapting a victim mentality, understand that reality is shifting. And if a reality is shifting, you want to be paying attention. You want to pay attention to how you feel. You want to pay attention to how your society's reacting. You want to pay attention to how your government's reacting. Because when realities are shifting, things are changing. And when things are changing, you know, that's a trickle-down effect. Something really big could change. And that means that little tiny things that big thing is composed of will also change. A lot of people are dying from this virus. This virus is making people look at their daily lives a different way. That's going to have a ripple effect in our society when this is over, because we're going to get through this. We're going to be fine. But we have to keep our eyes open, and we can't force things to stay the same.
So what I find is necessary for me is taking stillness. I have to find time to be still so that I can create space. And there's so many different ways that you can be still. The first way I recommend is meditation, because meditation allows you to learn how you internally feel. If you want me to do a video on how to meditate or my favorite types of meditation, let me know down below. Meditation can be a little bit more difficult at the beginning. So instead of meditation, you can do anything in the realm of self-care, whether that's making yourself a cup of coffee and just sitting, reflecting, and when it gets to be too much, maybe just take a sip of coffee. Painting your toenails, things. Yoga. How many times am I going to talk about yoga? All the time. Anything that gives you time to catch up, because our brains are really processing a lot right now. And when I say make space, I mean make literal space for yourself. Because when you slow down, you may find that you're scared, or you may find that you're angry. You may find a lot of lower vibrational emotions that you try to veer away from. But you guys aren't new to my channel, and if you are, welcome. But if you're not, you know that I always say that you have to know where you're starting from to know where you're going. It's about the journey. So it's only of your benefit to find stillness and identify, after your stillness, reflect and identify how you feel right now. Even if it's low vibrational, even if it doesn't feel good, training yourself to be emotionally intelligent is so powerful. But the only way to hear what's going on the inside is by being still. When you listen to your inner monologue, you will hear your foundational beliefs. You will hear the thoughts that tend to come up in times of turmoil, in times of hardship, are our raw thoughts. They are the thoughts that we do not try to filter. They are the thoughts that we do not try to push away. They are the thoughts that we pay attention to and feel, because we know that it's a higher risk situation. So everything that you're thinking right now is a part of your foundational belief system. So you'll notice that some people are very calm. And if you notice a person is genuinely calm during this time, then chances are that their belief is, it could be a multitude of things that can provide them peace, but an example would be everything that happens is for a reason. Everything that happens that has significance. A person who genuinely believes that everything that happens has significance will not question things when they happen. And this isn't me judging how anyone's dealing with this. I'm just saying that when your emotions and your thoughts that are coming up right now are a reflection of what you truly believe about your reality. And where you start is fine. Where you start is completely fine. But that being said, if your thoughts aren't making you feel good, if you're very anxious, if you're very nervous, and I don't mean like it's coming and going, because that's normal for all of us. Again, reality is shifting. But if you're in a state of high fear, high anxiety, and you're not necessarily prone to being overly fearful or overly anxious, it's necessary to understand, whether you believe if something doesn't go right, that means I can't control anything, which means the world's gonna fall apart because I'm not controlling it. Understanding wherever you're starting from can help you get to a place of faith. Because again, it could be a multitude of different faith-based beliefs, but a person with faith will have peace when things out of their control are happening. So strengthen your faith. And how you do that is by leaning into your gratitude practice, becoming more and more grateful for everything you have in this moment, whether it is a lot, whether it is close to nothing. But no one has nothing. No one has nothing. So find gratitude for what you have now and in this moment, and feel that in your body. Because if you've been feeling a lot of fear, the chemical of fear is running all through your body, or the chemical that the brain releases so that your body knows that you're feeling fear. That's all through you, right? So you kind of feel the resistance to shift into that place of, I'm grateful for this pair of sneakers I have, or I'm grateful for my best friend. Like, if you try to think things that you're grateful for, you will feel the resistance to want to stay in that place of fear. And if you work through that, that's where the growth comes from. It's not going to feel good the first day, first few times you do it, but that's transformation, and transformation doesn't always feel good. So this is a great time to tell you guys I have been working on something really special, and I wasn't going to launch it until next month, but I feel like the world is in need of as much emotional help as it can get, me included. I am included in the world. So I want to tell you guys about the affirmation directory that's on my website. It is at brownandbindy.com/affirmations, and when you visit this part of my website, you'll see a list of different types of affirmations, whatever you need in that moment. You click on what you need and it'll take you through 10 or so affirmations to raise your vibration, and you can do the affirmation exercises over and over and over. I've been using it for the past month and it prepared me a lot for everything that's happening, and it just helps me get my vibration up, especially in times of anxiety and times when I feel like the depression creeping in. It helps me lift myself back up and pull myself out of my ego, out of my mind.
Goes away.
Yeah.
You know, make sure you drink your lime water, you know.
That's right, Dad. That is right. I will.
I think life is all you make it and what you make it and which you know. And they say life is right here on earth.
You know, I agree with that. Actually, I believe you make heaven on earth. But you know, I got a picture of you and Mom hanging up in my house, and I'm like an infant, and you're holding me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, but if you do, then you know that I have been playing with makeup a little bit more. If you've been following me on this channel forever, you know that this channel started as a makeup channel, but then I kind of switched gears in life. So I've been doing my makeup again, and pretty much because makeup was my first real form of meditation and I didn't really even know it. It's so important right now that we stick to activities that raise our vibration, the activities that make us feel most like ourselves, the activities that keep us in alignment. So that means doing things that are in your skill set that really make you feel like you're good at what you're doing, consuming media that aligns with how you want to feel, because the habits that we're creating right now in this shift determine how we are going to evolve in this shift. So if we give up and if we say everything's going to go horribly wrong and there's no reason to even try, so I'm just going to sit at home, sad and depressed, if we give up, then as time moves forward, we're only going to sink deeper and deeper and deeper into that mentality. So right now we all have a choice to choose how we want to handle what is happening. And when you stick to activities that align you with how you want to feel, that raise your vibration, you give yourself, again, space to be aware of where you are and make a choice. How do you want to react to everything that's happening right now? What type of person do you want to be within everything that is happening right now? We have to ask ourselves these questions in order to stay intentional in our thoughts and in our actions. So yeah, that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really had a lot of fun making it. I really like the whole cinematography aspect of it, so I think I'm going to include that in my future videos. I'm just happy to be back. I'm happy to be talking to you guys. Please let me know how you're doing. How are you holding up? These are weird times, but we have each other, and humanity can do this. We have gotten through so much already. What's one more hurdle? We got this. All right, you guys, I will see you next video. Unless you don't subscribe, then you'll have no idea when my next video comes out. How did I used to do this? It's been so long. Give this video a thumbs up so I know whether you liked it or not, how you felt. If you'd like me to expand on anything that I talked about in the video, leave a comment down below and I'll be happy to respond. And last but not least, please make sure that you are subscribed so that you can be around for the next video. That is my spiel. I forgot it. Okay. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.